So season 3 came out of Squid Games. Squid Games has ended, and I don't know, this show, it is good. Don't get me wrong, it is definitely like I enjoy the show. But oh my god, the amount of annoying characters this show has, it's insane amount. So I'm gonna just make a quick little tier list ranking of like all the annoying characters. So let's start. We got 5 different tier rankings. The first one, it's so annoying, it's not even funny. So these are basically the characters that I don't understand. Why are they in the show? Every time they're on screen, I just kind of want to like turn off the show and just go do something productive with my life. So those gonna be the characters here. Then I hope they die. These for the characters that are very annoying, but I understand that like humans like that exist. I just kind of hope they die and like the show will be better without them. Annoying but part of the show. So these characters, they're just like some evil people, you know, some like ooh, well, they annoy me. But I think if they die, that's kind of like, oh, the show now is like missing something. That's something special. Annoying but fun. So these are the characters that I like. I don't want them to die. I kinda like want them more on the screen and just to be part of the show. But they are annoying. And then lastly, we have barely annoying. So for the people who are just kind of like normal, they don't do anything crazy, but like 1 or 2 things that I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Kind of those characters. And the first annoying thing about this tier ranking list is why the fourth one, annoying but fun, is out of a line. Like everyone's like aligned so nicely, and that one decided to be like a jackass. But let's get into the ranking. The first one, I want this list to start strong, and you know her, player 44 from the second game. Guess where I'm gonna put her? Of course, so annoying it's not funny. Like holy shit. Genuinely, every single time she's on screen, she doesn't need to even say words. Her face just pisses me off. But if she starts talking, oh my god, I hope she dies, but like it's not like it's she shouldn't be part of the show. The only good thing about is when she walked into the door and got her team killed. That's the only like good thing about her. She ruined the show for me. Like genuinely, she is a horrible, horrible character. And then we have 125 character. He's like the shy, quiet guy that like is scared of everyone and like doesn't do much in the show. He later on he's like gets high, so kind of does something. But for me is like he's barely annoying. I think just because he got one of his friends killed, like the female girl that was like a perfect 10, he got her killed. Like he could have definitely tried helping out because without her he's kind of lost. I am surprised he made it that far, but and it's was also very sad to see him. I don't know, he had like a very like puppy eyes, like always feel bad for him. Then we have player 7. Oh my god, dude. I hated this guy so much. The fact that he and his mom were in together and he thought like they both gonna make it is crazy to me. Like genuinely, he even voted to like kind of stay in the show and keep playing, even though that kind of like her mom dying is a guaranteed and as well as him. But I would put him as I hope he dies because I didn't like him at all. But I kind of feel bad for the granny, which we gonna have it later. I'll put him annoying but part of the show, as like he kind of brought in that kind of nice like mom and son dynamic to the show. Then honorable mention, the baby. Yes, the baby didn't do much in the show. It was kind of annoying. I don't even know the gender of the baby, so it mainly cried and, affected badly the characters I liked. So I'm gonna put him barely annoying. Imagine, but I am kind of playing. I hope they die, but barely annoying is good enough for me. Then we have, I think, 388. The military guy that first said like, "Ooh, I was in the navy," but later on we found out he kind of lied, and then when like all the shootout occurs, he runs off to like just hide. Which I fully get that was like brilliant, and I don't think that affects my ranking. But he was like kind of loud, but then later on cried, but then later on attacked. Some like mixed emotions from him, but I think as an actor he's great. Like the last scenes he was in, very, very strong. So I'll put him as annoying but fun. Then, going back to season 1, this ranking is mostly from like season 2, season 3 characters, the second game, as like I don't really remember the first season and the characters didn't stand out as so annoying. There will be, multiple characters, but this is the guy that was like constantly like bullying everyone, fighting because he was like part of Mafia and some shit. So, yeah, genuinely, that's a simple ranking. I hope they die. Just no further questions, Your Honor. Then, also from the first game, the most annoying woman. She's basically is the same as this woman. They're both just the same character. Always like whiny, annoying, like would ask for things, do things that just pissed me off. Like she brought nothing good to the show. She was so annoying. She killed the player 101, but she is not even fun. Then 148, the grandma of the show. She brought a lot of good things, like kind of always being there for people and being respectful. But she also killed her own son. And I understand, like, seeing her own son kill someone is kind of like the sun dies in her eyes as well. But yeah, still, who would choose, a person that they know for 4 days rather than their son? And then later on, rather than helping out the girl that she saved, she killed herself. Very horrible, very sad scene, but also it kind of like forced player 456, Songyeon, to help out the baby because Granny couldn't really protect it. But I would put it at barely annoying. Then, player 1, the old guy, the mastermind of all the games. I did not like him. The marble game were like very sad. He kind of like tested how Sangyeon could like fool him. That was brilliant. That was insane. I loved it. But he was just throughout the first season just kind of like annoying, like, why are you here, Gramps? And then later on we find out that he survived all this time and he was the game master. But I'll put him as annoying but part of the show. Then, going back to second game, the player 100. I'll always see him as the rich guy, even though he's rich but in reverse, like he has the most amount of debt compared to everyone, and he is so fucking greedy, like Jesus Christ. And like in all the games he's kind of like a pussy, like always hiding, always crying. But then also like even with the scene where he made sure that I'll put him in I hope they die, but just some more context on him when he made sure that the annoying player 44 dies, I still hated that guy so fucking much. But I get him. People like that exist, so I hope they die, but was part of the show. Then, I don't remember his number, but he was like the Thanos friend. He was not really part of the show until Thanos died, and then he kind of took over his personality of like using drugs and then being so psychotic. It is insane. He pissed me off. He like threatened every single character. I don't know how he like survived for so long, but I'm happy he died, and so yeah, I hope they die. Then we get 222, the baby's mom. Yeah, she was not big part of the show. She kind of just always was like shy, the same as like the player 125, but she did come to a deaf game with being like 9 months pregnant, because like 4 or 5 days into the games she gives birth, which, why would you ever consider that, like, honestly? So yeah, she basically killed her own baby as well, but we know what happened, so I put her as barely annoying. Then we have 333. First, like, watching the show, I was like, okay, it's like annoying but part of the show, as like he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy, but he kind of always wanted to protect this woman to kind of make him feel better about himself, but always just was so psychotic as well. It's same as that guy, just killing everyone and doesn't, like, he didn't feel remorse. But the final season, where he just goes ballistic, being like, I'll kill my own son to win this game, rather than being like seeing Sungyeon and being like, please, I am a dad, that's my son, please let us live, you know, and like kind of like forcing 4, 5, 6 player to kill himself, because he would have, but then he like showed his true colors and was like the worst like villain of the show by far. So annoying, it's not even funny. Like, I don't see that as a real person. Now, the main character, the god of them all, the winner of 2 games, Sungyeon, 4, 5, 6 player. Yeah, the first kind of like in first season, he was like a gambling addict where like he just made horrible decisions, spent his money on gambling, and then later on, after winning the games, he didn't even spend the money, so it was so pointless. He had he has a daughter, but he didn't even visit her because he was so depressed or something, you know. And then rather than going to his daughter, he chose to go back to the games and pretty much did jack shit in the games. And after killing the military guy, 388, he just saw himself as a good guy, constantly saying things like, oh, this is not the right thing to do, even though it's like, it is the smart thing to do. Like, they all could have survived the last game if he just like, okay, shit happened, we'll just use the legend box and we all survive. But no, he was like, it's not the right thing to do. So everyone died. So that pissed me off so fucking much. He is a bullshit cat. Okay, he's not a bullshit. I liked him. I'm sad he died, but I'll put him as annoying but part of the show. Then Thanos, my boy, Thanos, bro. He is no doubtedly, he is so goddamn annoying. He is horrible as a human being, but he's so fun. Genuinely, every single time he's on screen, I'm like, yeah, my boy Thanos, yeah. So yeah, I'll put him as annoying but fun, and he fits that spot perfectly. Like, he should be alone here. He is the definition of annoying but fun. And lastly, the VIPs. I could like separate them. They're a bit like different from each other, but I'll put them all together. They're definitely annoying with like their just no concern for like a human being and just making horrible decisions, making horrible jokes like rooting for 69. But I like they bring value to the games. They kind of show like the 1%, the rich of the richest people, how they're just bored and they don't know where to spend the money. But I hope they die, and they should have died. Something should have broken down and the players just completely killed the VIPs. That should have been for this show, but yeah, that's it for my ranking. Let me know if I missed something, if something should be different. That's what I see. Mainly focusing on the second game, but I feel happy with this tier ranking, and like I see how much annoyed I was watching this show. So yeah, thank you. Bye bye.